All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. San Francisco 49ers general manager John Lynch once again channeled his inner George Allen as he made another trade for another veteran player in the hopes that his Niners will finally be able to corral that elusive Super Bowl championship. Today, the 49ers acquired Pro Bowl defensive end Chase Young from the Washington Commanders. Now, in exchange for Young, the Niners are sending a third round pick to Washington for one of the most explosive edge rushers in the NFL when he is healthy. Now, Lynch is not afraid to make a trade in order to attempt to make the 49ers better. You go back to 2020 when San Francisco made the deal with Washington for offensive tackle Trent Williams, going out there and making the trade last year with the Carolina Panthers for running back Christian McCaffrey and now Chase Young. And in my opinion, the rich just got richer because I feel that Chase Young is finally going to be able to reach his potential. You're talking about a guy, he's shown flashes in his 4 years or 3+ years rather in Washington. And of course, the Commanders didn't pick up his 5th-year rookie option, which is going to make him a free agent this year. And I do expect him to ball out. I mean, he's missed a lot of games since his rookie year, where he was the defensive rookie of the year when he recorded 7.5 sacks. Has not come close to those numbers. Appeared in 15 games that year. Has not reached double digits in games played in any year since his rookie campaign. But I think he wants to ball out because he's looking to get paid. Now he's going to be playing opposite of his former college teammate in one Nick Bosa as they played together at the Ohio State University. And I think this has the makings of a good pairing for the San Francisco 49ers as they look to make that Super Bowl run. This is also a move, in my opinion, by the 49ers to counter what the Seattle Seahawks did yesterday when they picked up defensive lineman Leonard Williams from the Seattle Seahawks. And at first, when it looked like it was going to be a runaway for the NFC West crown, the Seahawks have been still taking care of their business while the Niners have lost their last three. And because of that, Seattle is currently sitting atop the NFC West. And now the 49ers really have to hunker in for a dogfight, especially since they still have to play Seattle twice this year. Now, in my opinion, this could work for San Francisco with Chase Young because now, on paper at least, you have two of the best edge rushers in the National Football League come January. And I think, again, Chase Young is going to be motivated. But this 49ers team, period, needs to play better. You're talking about a squad so far that only has 18 sacks. Nick Bosa only has three. He's got to get it going. This team has to get it going. But I think now, with Chase Young and Nick Bosa playing off of each other, it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for each one of them. Remember, this was a team that also picked up Randy Gregory a couple of weeks ago. So now I'm not going to go out there and say Randy Gregory is an all pro, don't get me wrong. But, I think this has the potential to free a lot of things up for them to go out there and get to the quarterback. And that's what the 49ers, when they're clicking, that's what they do best. You go back to 2019 when they reached the Super Bowl. The 49ers had a tremendous pass rush. The last couple of years when the Niners made the NFC Championship game, both of those years, their pass rush up front, just the front four, was able to create havoc. Now, I really want to see the 49ers if they can get back to that. Now, overall, we saw a fire sale, if you will, today by the Washington Commanders as they also traded Montez Sweat to the Chicago Bears today. And you have to ask yourself, what direction are the Commanders going in now? Because for so long, they put so much stock, in their ability to create, havoc from their front four. I mean, they use first round pick after first round pick after first round pick on that defensive line, and now you're going away from that. So it's going to be interesting to see what direction that this team is going in. You got a new ownership group, so I think everybody's on pins and needles there. Honestly, the Commanders, there weren't high hopes for them coming into the season to begin with. And with that said, I would be highly surprised if Ron Rivera is back next season as the Commanders head coach, especially with the new ownership group in there. They probably want to look for a splash as they try to get the Commanders back to respectability. Overall, for the Commanders, I don't think it's a good look. when you're trading away a guy who was a second overall pick in 2020. And, it's one of those unwritten rules, if you will, in the National Football League. When you miss on a first round pick, especially a top five or top 10 pick, it sets your franchise back. And now you drafted Chase Young second overall in 2020, expecting him to be a pillar for your team for at least the next decade. And that has not worked out. You took him second overall, and now you're getting a third round pick back for him, and that's probably going to be a third round pick that's going towards the end of round number three, which is probably going to work out as a fourth round pick. So that just shows you, where this situation has gone. Obviously, Washington knew they weren't going to keep him. They wanted to get something back for him, and now they have an opportunity to rebuild once again, if you will. So, of course, the question is going to be, with the addition of Chase Young, do the 49ers have what it takes to make another Super Bowl run? Right now, I'm going to say yes and no. Because just like I talked about it yesterday, you look at the struggles of this team, and I talked more on the struggles currently of quarterback Brock Purdy. But as a whole, like I said, this team needs to play better. They've got to get healthy. You've got to get Trent Williams back on that offensive line healthy because, like I said, he brings a certain level of nasty to that offense. You've got to get Debo back as well to really kind of solidify what you want to do offensively. And then the Niners got to start playing better defensively. They've got to go out there and get some aggressiveness. So maybe, just maybe, this acquisition of Chase Young will allow them to get back to it because we know for sure if you can't rush the passer come January, you're not going to be around in the postseason that long. You have to be able to put pressure on the opposing quarterback. And I'll tell you like this, Chase Young, to me, he's one of those guys. The bigger the spotlight, the better that he plays. And especially since he's looking for a new deal from somebody come the offseason, I think he has the opportunity to ball out. So let's see how things work out for the 49ers. Let's see if this is the deal to finally get them over the hump. They've mortgaged their future. They put so much and so many key guys on this team. And for the 49ers' sake, they've been close, but they've just been unable to get over that hump. So let's see if the acquisition of Chase Young is just what the 49ers need to get Lombardi Trophy number 6. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now, you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I'm signing off. And I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.